Day two, we did the actual gambler part of the Gambler 500, which is where they give you a whole bunch of latitude and longitude coordinates and plug them into your GPS and make your way from checkpoint to checkpoint, which takes you on a lot more road miles than I was hoping. I put a spool in the back of this thing, and the spool is not happy on the street. The blacktop and the spool, not so good. But off-road, it was great. They have these death treks, they call them, that are supposed to really test the capability of your car. And since this wasn't a car and it was a four-wheel drive, we hooked up with some dudes. Team 88 had a few guys that we hooked up with, and then also met up with a pair of Toyota Corollas. And we did the first day of the Gambler with them. So the trails and stuff were fun. They weren't really, I wouldn't say they were really challenging for the Blazer. I mean, there was some optional stuff to go slam through the mud instead of just taking the more beaten path. But the Corollas made it through surprisingly well. And I did find out once I got back to camp that the ball joint on the Blazer was shot, which is probably part of the reason it was super sketchy. We hit one pothole. Dude in front of us hit a pothole in front of us. And I didn't really have a whole lot of time to react being behind him. I mean, I kept some distance because the brakes suck. But this thing is so floaty that I didn't want to try and swerve and miss it because I figured that would be worse. But we hit the pothole and it bounced for literally like 5, 6, 7 seconds, which doesn't sound like a lot. But it was like, ooh, I don't know if this is actually going to come back and straighten out, and it finally did. But the road part was the tough part. say the gas gauge probably doesn't work. He told me I was 3/4 of a tank. We got some smoke under here too. We're gonna say that's mud burning off. Don't know if it is or not. It also, alternator died, which may or may not have had something to do with splashing through the water. Had to make it back to Napa, which was like 18 miles away or something. But it made it there, and Napa didn't have a Blazer alternator in stock, but they did have one for a 99 to 06 Silverado. So I made one of those work. The two bottom mounting locations are the same. It just didn't have a third mounting location. It plugged in the same too. So it was really pretty easy to make that work. Like I said, the ball joint was probably one of the reasons it felt super sketchy. The low tire pressure probably didn't help either. But we did 188 miles on day one. And that's when we got back to camp. That was when I figured out, parked the thing, sat down at the campfire, looked at the tire and went, that has camber in the wrong direction. That's probably not a good sign. And went over and kicked the tire, and like, oh yeah, you can feel it move like a half of an inch, which is not normal.
Slow. I saw my rock dust come off that. Pull them over. Yank. Could not be better.
Silverado 5.3 alternator, because the Blazer one was not in stock. Close enough.
Back up or?
Yeah, back up. Not yet.
Yo.
Basketball. I hurt my back. Hard, hard. Hard.
I think that's supposed to do that.